Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News, and I'm here with an urgent and breaking update in the contempt case against Pastor Artur Pawlowski and his brother David. Now, just this morning, Justice Adam Germain handed down his decision. Before we get to that, I want to tell you, we've been helping Pastor Art since his very first lockdown ticket for feeding the homeless on a bitterly cold Calgary day. And we've been using every legal means necessary, including hiring the best lawyer money can buy to help Art in his fight for religious freedom. You can help Art at saveartur.com. You can donate there, and all donations now qualify for a charitable tax receipt through the registered Canadian charity, the Democracy Fund. Now, friends, for the bad news. The Pawlowskis were found guilty of contempt of two separate, secretly obtained Alberta Health Services court orders. The first one was issued by Justice Gates on April 23rd and served to the Pawlowskis the morning of the 24th. That court order gave health officials and police free rein to enter the church at any time, including when church services were underway, to inspect for health order compliance. Now, entering a church service and disrupting it is actually in violation of the Criminal Code of Canada. And in that case, when that order was given to Art, even though his English is actually his second language, he was given just 2.5 minutes to read the order, understand the order, and then fully comply with the order. Video taken that day shows Art was asking for authorities to get in contact with his lawyer to help him understand it.
No. You can contact my lawyer. Okay, my lawyer takes care of this.
Now, Art's brother David had that same court order dropped off at his feet in a plastic bag, and I guess that amounted to official service of a court order. The second order was issued on May 6th by Justice Rook, and that order didn't even name the Pawlowskis, nor restrain religious services specifically in it. It actually named Chris Scott at the whistle stop, and that order prevented Chris Scott or anyone acting under his direction from organizing, participating, or promoting an illegal public gathering, which in Scott's case was a protest against the lockdown restrictions on his small business. We've got an update to that case too, and you can help out with those legal fees because that's another outrageous case at fightthefines.com. Now, that second court order, the May 6th court order, resulted in the SWAT-style takedown of the Pawlowski brothers on a Calgary city street. Their crime, not complying with public health orders in their church. The two of them, Art and his brother David, were held in a Calgary jail on that order for 2 full days. Now, Justice Adam Germain ruled today that the case against the Pawlowski brothers met the requirements for contempt, that they were specifically named in the order, and that the act that was being restrained in the order was clear, that they were served sufficiently with the order, and that they intended to breach the order. The judge did ask Alberta Health Services this morning to make it clear in writing whether or not Alberta Health Services would be seeking a further term of imprisonment as a sanction for violating the court orders. These men have already spent 2 days in a Calgary jail, and this government could potentially ask for more from them. It's despicable. Now, the moral of the story here is in Alberta, our so-called conservative government will allow out-of-control health bureaucrats to get not 1, but 2 secret court orders. One of the court orders doesn't even list you as a respondent in the case of the May 6th order. The other order, health bureaucrats don't inform the lawyer they know you have representing you to participate in court proceedings because they purposefully failed to inform the court that you're represented by a lawyer. They denied you your right to a lawyer. And then they can drop off a plastic bag at your feet and say, there, you understand the order. That's what they did with David Pawlowski. It's ridiculous. It's a fundamental violation of the principles of justice. It's a blight and a shame. This government should be ashamed. Our justice minister should be ashamed. Our health minister should be ashamed of his bureaucrats and their actions. But I haven't heard a word from either one of them about any of this. The hearing on the penalty for the Pawlowskis will go ahead on July 27th. And Rebel News will be there to cover it. My colleague Adam Sos will bring you an update from Art Pawlowski's lawyer, Sarah Miller, after she reads the judge's written reasons for his decision. But friends, this isn't even close to over yet. If you'd like to help us, help Art and his brother David in their fight for religious freedom, please donate today at saveartur.com. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. A judge in Calgary has found Pastor Artur Pawlowski and his brother David guilty of contempt of court, but we are not done fighting for their freedom and your freedom. To help us in our next step of the legal battle, please donate today at saveartur.com.